Oh.
You know, Shane and we've both rode a couple of horses that come to mind. When you mentioned a horse maybe a little weak at the jog, we had a horse that we both showed was Light Cruiser and a horse called One Red Hot Zip. And those horses were such good lopers, you kind of have to imagine that out in the pasture, they walked and loped and walked and loped everywhere, and there wasn't a jog there. It's just they haven't done it. The lope was so natural for them that but once we taught them, or we started trotting them, they kind of taught themselves, because it's almost to a physical fitness. Those were some weak areas. The skeleton that they needed to do the jog just wasn't developed to par like the lope was. Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is you pick your weak spots, and then you're going to tone that horse up to where maybe in 6 months that's not your weak spot anymore.
Right. And our industry had developed into a lope industry. You know, for a while we forgot about that.
Yeah. What was it? Trot for show, lope for dough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was the saying, and that's not the way to do it. That's not the truth. Those horses that we're showing in a 3-gated class, you know. And that jog is just as important as a lope. And to me, training a horse to lope is way easier than training to jog. That's just me. That's right. You know, I mean, that's my weak point that I like to. And so I'm saying, as when you're training these colts and on these series, we want to emphasize as riders and as horse trainers, I always want to come out here and I want to focus on my weak spot. Right. When I'm riding, training this horse, and that becomes, it's not my weak spot anymore, that builds my confidence. And I think that'll build confidence for other people riding horses also.
It's hard to beat confidence.
I mean, it is.
You know, but your horse has almost got to have, you've got to give it to your horse, but your horse has got to have confidence.
But he's got to give you a little bit, you know, too.
Exactly.
All right, I need to lope mine to the right.
Okay.
We got time, or we need?
Sure. No.